Hello class, today we're going to be experimenting with making Obleck, or for the scientific term, a non-Newtonian fluid. So this experiment is going to be testing to see how different pressures on materials can change the state that it's in from a liquid to a solid. So for this project, what you're going to be needing is 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch, and you can have that pre-measured in a bowl already before we start, and then 2 tablespoons of water. So starting by adding the 2 tablespoons of water, you're going to do so slowly. So I would say add 1 tablespoon at a time, mix it into the solution, and then kind of see how it forms or, mixes together and starts hardening to begin with. So I'm going to add the next tablespoon of water to the mixture. And trying to mix it together. So what you're gonna see start happening as you're mixing it is as you're putting pressure on it, some of it is gonna start to harden. And that's because the pressure that you're adding to the mixture when you're tapping on it or hitting it with your hand or anything like that is going to be causing the cornstarch particles to go together and essentially form a solid. But when you're not touching it, you're letting the cornstarch particles spread apart, and because they're spreading apart, it's going to go back to a liquid. So something that you're going to be able to experiment with and test with is how if you continuously touch the non-Newtonian fluid and put it in your hand, you can try to make a ball with it. But what you're going to see is that it's a solid when you're continuously moving it and you're applying pressure to it. But the second that you stop, it starts turning back into a liquid. You see how it's turning back into a liquid and kind of melting out of my hands. But then the second you start moving it again with your hands, it's going to go back to that liquid state where I can hold it like this. Oh, and then the second you stop, it's melting again. So it's really fun. You can try to do different things with it, make a ball, see how much of it you can get in your hand from a liquid state to a hard state. You can try hitting it continuously and seeing how your hand kind of makes it a solid as soon as you're touching it. But the second you stop touching it, it looks like a bowl just continuously, just entirely filled with liquid.